Have you ever wondered what life is like in the poorest country in the world? Today we will take you to Burundi, a small but resilient country in East Africa where millions of people struggle every day to survive. What factors have led him to this extreme situation? And how his people face adversity with admirable strength? In this video we will explore their economy, its rich culture and the challenges that mark the daily lives of its inhabitants. Stay until the end because we will discover together how hope and determination can emerge. Burundi, located in the heart of Africa, is a small country, the size of Belgium, but its economic reality is one of the most challenging in the world. With a population of 12 million, the majority live in extreme poverty, depending on subsistence farming. According to the World Bank, its GDP per capita is the lowest on the planet, ranking it as the poorest country. Without direct access to the sea and with limited resources, its economy faces almost insurmountable barriers. But what else is behind these alarming numbers? Burundi's geographical location plays a crucial role in its difficulties. Being a landlocked country, international trade is complicated and expensive, which seriously limits its economic development. In addition, it depends almost exclusively on agriculture, but this is practiced with traditional methods and on a small scale. Climate change worsens the situation, causing droughts and rains. Unpredictable conditions that destroy crops. Difficulties in exporting products and high transportation costs mean that rural communities are trapped in a cycle of poverty. One of the most devastating factors has been its history of conflict. For more than a decade, Burundi suffered a brutal civil war that left deep scars on its society and economy. Thousands of people died, millions were displaced, and much of the country's infrastructure was destroyed. Although the conflict officially ended in 2005, the aftermath still lingers. Political instability and ethnic tensions continue to hamper progress, hamper development, and keep the country in a constant state of vulnerability. Despite these difficulties, Burundi is a country with an impressive cultural wealth. Music and dance are fundamental pillars of its identity, and Burundian drums are famous throughout the world. These performances, packed with people, are a source of inspiration for Burundi's culture. Of energy and precision, they are a symbol of unity and hope. Burundians find in their culture a way to celebrate life and resist adversity. Each drumbeat tells a story, reminding the world that even in poverty, creativity and tradition can flourish. However, daily life in Burundi is marked by constant struggle. More than 65% of the population lives below the poverty line, and many do not have access to basic services. In rural areas, women and children walk long distances to collect water, a grueling and dangerous task. In addition, the lack of electricity limits educational and economic opportunities. Families make unimaginable sacrifices just to ensure their daily survival, facing a reality that seems to give no respite. If these stories impact you as much as they do us, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Together we can continue to explore and making visible stories that deserve to be told. The health system in Burundi also reflects the country's difficulties. Malaria remains the main cause of death due to lack of access to medicines and treatment. In many rural areas, people must walk hours to reach a hospital, and once there, resources are limited. Malnutrition is another major problem, especially in children, who suffer the effects of a poor diet. Despite the efforts of several NGOs, the situation requires more international support to achieve real change. Education, although free at the primary level, is far from accessible to all. Many families cannot afford uniforms, school supplies or the transportation needed to send their children to school. This has led to many children leaving education early to work and support their families. Literacy rates are low, especially among girls, perpetuating a cycle of inequality and lack of opportunities that affects the development of the country as a whole. Despite the adversities, coffee is one of Burundi's greatest economic hopes. This country produces high-quality coffee beans, coveted in international markets. However, local farmers face enormous challenges, low prices, lack of access to modern technology and dependence on intermediaries that reduce their profits. Improving this sector could transform the country's economy, but requires significant investments and policies that directly benefit small farmers. Burundi not only faces challenges, it also possesses natural wonders that could be key to its development. Lake Tanganyika, one of the oldest and deepest in the world, is a vital source of water, fisheries, and biodiversity. This lake has the potential to attract tourism, which would generate additional income. However, the development of this sector is a challenge. This industry is still limited due to a lack of infrastructure and promotion. Harnessing these natural resources in a sustainable way could change the future of the country. Solidarity among Burundians is a fundamental pillar for survival. In the villages, people organize themselves into cooperatives and mutual aid groups that allow them to face difficulties together. These community initiatives are an inspiring example of how, even in extreme poverty, the human spirit finds ways to resist. Unity and collaboration are key to overcoming daily challenges, demonstrating that hope and resilience are deeply rooted in their culture. If these stories of struggle and hope move you, share this video with your friends. Help us make this reality visible and be part of the change that Burundi needs. One of the biggest problems in Burundi is the lack of decent employment. The majority of the population depends on informal jobs and the poorest children in Burundi rely on subsistence farming, which means that incomes are unstable and very low. Young people, who represent a high percentage of the population, face alarming unemployment rates. Without employment options, many are forced to migrate or take on precarious jobs. Investing in technical training programs and promoting small local businesses could be important steps to offer more opportunities to the population. Chronic malnutrition affects approximately 55% of children under 5 in Burundi, one of the highest rates in the world. This has devastating consequences not only for their physical development, but also for their ability to learn. Without adequate nutrition, children cannot concentrate in school or develop their full potential. Although international organizations are working to combat this problem, it is urgent to implement sustainable programs that guarantee that children can continue to thrive. Nutritious food for the most vulnerable families. Although Burundi faces extreme poverty, not everything is bleak. In recent years, several international initiatives have sought to strengthen the country in key areas. For example, microcredit programs are helping women start small businesses that generate income for their families. In addition, reforestation projects are combating deforestation, which has been a critical problem for decades. These efforts show that with the right support, change is possible, and the country has the potential to move forward. The role of women in Burundi is vital to daily survival. They are primarily responsible for household chores, childcare, and agricultural work. However, they face significant discrimination and have limited access to education and formal employment. Despite this, many women lead agricultural and community cooperatives, demonstrating an extraordinary resilience. Empowering women would not only improve their lives, but would also have a positive impact on the entire Burundian society. The resilience of the Burundian people does not stand still. Younger generations are driving cultural and social change by seeking education and opportunities outside the traditional model. Through social media and technology, they are connecting with the outside world, learning new skills and making the realities of their country visible. Although the road is long, this new generation represents hope for Burundi, ready to build a brighter and more prosperous future. International organizations and foreign governments play a crucial role in supporting Burundi. Humanitarian aid and development projects have been essential in addressing problems such as malnutrition and lack of access to basic services. However, aid alone is not enough. Burundi needs long-term investment and policies that promote sustainable growth. Only by combining local and international efforts can the cycle of poverty that has plagued the country for decades be broken. If this video has made you think, consider supporting organizations working in Burundi. A small contribution can make a big difference in the lives of millions. Also, don't forget to subscribe to continue exploring the world's stories together. Despite everything, Burundi remains a place of stunning natural beauty. Its people, although facing many difficulties, have a fighting spirit that inspires anyone. From its mountainous landscapes to the majestic Lake Tanganyika, the country has immense potential for ecotourism. However, developing this industry requires political stability, infrastructure, and a long-term vision. Sustainable tourism could become a powerful tool to transform its economy while preserving its natural resources. Education remains one of the most important pillars for Burundi's future. Despite the challenges, there are inspiring stories of children and young people who manage to overcome the barriers to access higher education. These students represent the hope of a country that seeks to rise up. Every classroom that is built and every child who learns to read is a step towards a brighter future. The world must support these efforts, because education not only changes lives, but it also changes nations. The struggle for survival in Burundi is a reminder of the inequalities that exist in our world. Although they face unimaginable difficulties, the Burundians do not lose hope or the will to move forward. With the support of the international community and a firm commitment from their leaders, it is possible to change the narrative of this small country. Burundi is a land of challenges, but also of dreams, and its people deserve the chance to build a better future. Burundi teaches us that even in the most adverse circumstances, resilience and hope are powerful. Now it's your turn to act. Share this video, leave your comment, and let more people know this story. Together we can be part of the change this country needs.